Lights flash bright on stage, glam and glitter, all the rage. In the ring where dreams come true, Hollywood elite through and through. Stars collide under the glow, spandex flexes in the show. Hyped up crowd, they roar and cheer. Legends born every night, we're here. Glam Slam Hollywood, feel the might, where the stars listen every night. Glam Slam Hollywood, see them fly. Heroes rise to reach the sky. Big-time names in golden frames, move so smooth they'll change the game. All the fame right in this ring. Feel the power, hear them sing. That's like a Glam Slam Hollywood, feel the might, where the stars listen every night. Glam Slam Hollywood, see them fly. Heroes rise to reach the sky. Entire Hollywood is sun. Electric battles never done. Dreams unfold with every fight. Shine and sparkle into the night. That's like a Glam Slam Hollywood, feel the might, where the stars listen every night. Glam Slam Hollywood, see them fly. Heroes rise to reach the sky. Glam Slam Hollywood, feel the might, where the stars listen every night. Glam Slam Hollywood,
Hello,
see
friends,
them fly.
and welcome to Hollywood Elite Wrestling. It is a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out the fun. My name is Grandpa Choco. It is a pleasure to have you tuned in here on a Saturday evening. I see Carl Zilla is in the chat. You know, for a minute, I was starting this live stream. Well, here's the thing. I just did a live stream, literally like seconds ago, which was the pre-match shows for the Golden Circle channel members. And then I said to myself, if that goes short, I will just do the rest of the card immediately right after. So that was the plan, and we had a couple people tuned in. Miho Burns and Jason tuned in. And so I ended that stream. I started up this stream. And then I noticed that Dave Little had posted that he was streaming on Saturday night. And I was like, oh, no, am I going up head-to-head to him? But it was like, no, he streamed a while ago. So Big Mikey, welcome. Great to have you here. Carl Zilla in the chat. The pre-show that I did was exclusively for the members of the Golden Circle. These are our channel members here on the channel. So the fine folks whose names you see on here, plus other folks whose names I have not added here after August 5th. I have to update this, and I will do that. But big thank you to all the members of the Golden Circle for supporting this channel. Literally, this channel would not be happening if it were not for you. And here's what I will say for Golden Circle channel members. I feel this channel I create for the Golden Circle channel members first. Now, if there's something like a important unboxing, like there's a new game edition, or I just get something in the mail, that I will stream live for everybody. But in terms of the videos, I put out 2 videos a week on Mondays and Fridays. All the Golden Circle channel members get to see those videos first. And right now, I think the 2 videos I uploaded yesterday are scheduled into the first week of December. So we've got many weeks ahead of us. Golden Circle channel members, you get to see it first. Miho Burns, welcome. Thanks for coming over from the pre-show. Anyway, thank you, Golden Circle channel members. And we will be using the FG Assistant app to roll out these cards here tonight. If you want to know more about the FG Assistant app, if you haven't already, you need to go over to patreon.com/FG Assistant. This is the amazing app that was created by Carl Zilla, who is in the chat here tonight. That is just incredible. And it's really, I've been writing down a lot of notes because I'm going to do a podcast episode about how to play more. And one of the ways to play more is to play digitally. And this is the way to play digitally. And it's just incredible. So patreon.com/FG Assistant. I always do like to say that I am using a pre-release testing version. I don't think there's anything crazy that you'll see as I click around on this, but I just like to make that clear just in case you see anything that you're like, hey, that's not in my version, or the app runs weird. It never does. This app is rock solid. But just in case you see something like that, I just like to say that. So here is our show for tonight, the main card. We have William Muldoon versus Wahoo McDaniel. We've got Too Cool versus the Road Warriors with Paul Ellering. And then we have two number one contender matches. Trish Stratus versus Princess Victoria. The winner will go on to face Sherry Martel on the next card. And then the Miracle Violence Connection versus the Midnight Express. Miracle Violence Connection have been very close to the titles several times, but they just can't get the job done. Maybe they can here, but then you've got the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette, there as well. Also, the main event for the next week's card, or the next card, will be Kurt Angle versus Big Bubba Rogers. That's Big Bubba Rogers finally getting his title shot. And Big Bubba Rogers has signed with Jim Cornette, so Jim Cornette will be at ringside. Also, because of what happened last time, Magnum TA versus Bad News Allen in an alley fight. So that should be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Big Mikey says, I liked your idea of having your cake and eating it too. When I started going with my Fed, get going again. Just going to start it back up with a big show. That's the way to do it. I'm believing that. I'm changing the way I'm playing these games, and I'm liking the way that I'm mixing it up a little bit. And that was certainly I'm not going to wait for the big feuds. I'm going to play the big feuds now. That's what I'm going to do. In my personal storyline feds. And Bill and Misty Lewis, welcome. Sweet lineup. Thank you. Pleasure to have you here. Your username is not familiar with me. I'm sorry if you've been in here before and I'm just forgetting it. But anyway, welcome tonight. Glad to have you here. Before we get going, I do want to go over, I will say, Golden Circle channel members, spoiler alert, because I'm going to talk about what happened during the pre-show. But for all these cards, we have a pre-show that is available to the Golden Circle channel members. And I just want to recap you with what happened. Oh, I got to fix this. I thought I did fix it, but I don't know. I live in Southern California. I don't know how to spell Hollywood. Save event info. Okay. Let me click back to this. In our pre-show, Robert Gibson beat Randy Mulkey to give the Rock and Roll Express a victory. They are on a 7-match losing streak. So they finally broke that tonight versus the Mulkeys. Rockin' Robin beat Beverly Shade via DQ when Shade smashed Robin's head into the announce table. And Kevin Sullivan beat Steve Lombardi via hooking clothesline, breaking his losing streak, which was at 6 matches. So Kevin Sullivan out of that streak. All right, here we go. Let's go to our first match, which I thought was an interesting matchup. And that is William Muldoon versus Wahoo McDaniel. Even though we've got a vintage wrestler here, we're going to be playing with the regular charts and all that kind of stuff. Let me load up the Legends Foreign Objects, and I think we're good to go. Let's roll the dice. And looks like Wahoo McDaniel is going to start things off by whipping Muldoon into the ropes. Drops down, roll again on this chart. Drops down, roll again on this chart. The opponent uses one of his specialty moves. It's up to you which one, and goes in for the kill. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. Backbreaker, choice G. Let's see, his death jump is a B. Power is a 0. Going to go for the power move. 8 or less. 8 gets it. Look at that. Hurt 2. Wahoo McDaniel going to whip Muldoon. And no, he's going to roll up instead because he's got an A. Tries an arm drag. That will work. Body slam. That will work too. Hurt 2. Overhead chops. 3. Add 1. Yikes. And that is a hurt 2. Into the turnbuckle. Nope. We're going to roll up instead. Drop toe hold on William Muldoon. He's into a territory he knows. He reverses it easily. Into the ropes. Whips the Wahoo McDaniel into the ropes. The opponent uses one of his special moves that goes in for the kill. William Muldoon. Oh, a little payback here. A double shoulder lock. Add 1. He rolls on level 3. Wahoo McDaniel not rolling out of the ring. Oh, he keeps it locked in. So that's another point of fatigue there. Hurts too. Really made a mistake there by letting him get that, what was it? Where was it? A toe hold on him there. Body slam 2. Wahoo McDaniel blocks it. He hits him with a knee drop. Dazed 1. Into the ropes. Whips Muldoon into the ropes. Which wrestler's more powerful? That is going to be McDaniel. And knee drop 2. Dazed 1. Drop toe hold. Oh, could this be a mistake? No, he gets it. He keeps it locked on. Dazed 1. Single leg takedown. William Muldoon says no. Waist and chest hold. That is an agility move that will work. Hurt 2. Into the ropes. Whips Wahoo McDaniel into the ropes. Uses a specialty move. Goes in for the kill. There's the body lift and throw. Target is 4. Roll is a 5. Just barely able to kick out there. And there is a 3/4 Nelson. Hurt 2. Hammerlock and half Nelson. That adds another point of fatigue there. And Wahoo McDaniel is down. Oh, double shoulder lock. Add 1, and that he's been putting him in holds. So I'm not going to say, well, I'm going to take the blood off. He's not busted open because he's been putting him in holds, but you can tell that he's seriously hurt there. Hurt 2, body slam 2. Wahoo McDaniel reverses it. Arm wringer into wrist lock, but that's an agility move, so that will not work. Reverse crucifix, choice C. Going to go for the agility, 8 or less. 8 just gets it. Down 3. Not going to throw him out of the ring. Will roll up instead into the turnbuckle. Whips him in. And Wahoo McDaniel catches him with a skull-splitting lariat. And he goes down hard. There is his pin. Now he has an asterisk. Do not adjust Muldoon's pin or cage rating. For the first time, fatigue should be added. Oh, so he should not even have this 1. So he should. That's my mistake because there was no. I hadn't read that asterisk. So there you go. So he's rolling for the pin. Target is 2. Roll is a 10. He will take that fatigue there. And then out of the ring. Nope. Going to roll up instead into the turnbuckle. Nope. Going to roll up instead. Going back to the top into the ropes. Drop down. Roll again. The opponent uses one of his specialty moves and goes in for the kill. There's a sleeper hold. Locks it in. Let's see. Going to go for the agility. 7 or less. Gets it. And William Muldoon is down. There's the tomahawk chop. Target is 3. Rolls a 7. Able to kick out there. And there is a falling chop. Target is 4. Roll is an 8. And that's going to bust open Muldoon. And there's the tomahawk chop again. Target is 5. Roll is a 7. And not going to throw him out of the ring. Knee drop 2. Hurt 2. Chop to the forehead 2. Hurt 2. Knee wrencher 2. Hurt 2. Knee drop 2. Hurt 2. Knee drop 2. William Muldoon reverses it. Sorry, got a notification here on the phone. On level 1, full front chancery. Dazed 1. Hip lock throw 2. And that is a power move, but he does not have the power. Chop to the forehead 2. Hurt 2. Chop to the chest 3. There's his pin. Target is 6. Roll is a 4. And the match is over. Well, Muldoon certainly fought with everything he had in order to try to win that, but Wahoo McDaniel picks up the victory. And we got both guys at... usually if it's a 5-star match, see, technically that's a 5-star match. I don't think it was as exciting as a 5-star match. I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. I'm sorry if y'all are upset on that, but that's what I'm going to do. All right. So there we go. Let me come over to, let me see, where can I get into? There we go. Hold on. Jim Lawrence, welcome. Great to have you here. Let me add a poll here. That is true, Big Mike. They do say it is up to you. All right, I'm going to put a poll at the top of the chat. The poll is, who do you think wins the main event? Is it going to be the Miracle Violence Connection or the Midnight Express? Who will go on to face the Blonde Bombers for the championship? Let's run, as you're voting, let's run our next match, and that is going to be Too Cool taking on the Road Warriors. And I think, yeah, they don't have, yeah, okay. Here we go, rolling the dice, ringing the bell, and Scott Taylor comes out strong. Dropkick, choice C. Gonna go for the moonsault. This will work on an 8 or less. 3, it does. And Animal is going to roll out of the ring. He crawls helplessly back in. Neckbreaker 2. No, that doesn't daze the thick neck of Animal. Punch and dance. Animal says no. Jumping elbow drop 3. Oh, that catches him. They're going to have to use a pin save here. Brian Christopher rolls in, saves Scott Taylor. And Animal rolls on level 3. Not going to throw him out of the ring. Back body drop 2. Hurt 2. Jumping elbow drop 3. That catches him again. They're going to use their last pin save here. Your tag partner saves you and breaks the referee's count. Opponent rolls on level 3 offense. Going to tag in Hawk. Hawk's not going to throw him out of the ring. Jumping fist drop. Power move. I assume he has the power. Yes. Hurt 2. Can he make the tag? Oh, that's the wrong button, dum-dum. Can he make the tag? 6 or less. No, not able to make the tag. Into the ropes. Whips Scott Taylor into the ropes. Uses one of his specialty moves and goes in for the kill. Death jump. Climbing up to the top. Who has the better agility rating? They are equal. So Hawk will win that. Tosses Scott Taylor off the top rope. Going up for a death jump again. Blasts him with a flying clothesline. And then a running clothesline. Hurt 2. Into the ropes. Whips him into the ropes. You come to the ropes. Opponent puts you down with a running back elbow. Going to tag out. Mark Ferguson, welcome. Great to have you here. And Animal rolls on level 2 with a scoop slam. Can he make the tag? Yes, he is able to make the tag. Here comes Brian Christopher with a hip toss. Gets the hip toss. Animal looking to make the tag. 6 or less. No, not able to do it. And there is a drop kick, an agility move. That will work. Hurt 2, looking to make the tag again. Not able to do it. Brian Christopher with a bulldog. Hurt 2 into the ropes. Tosses him into the ropes. But Animal stops him, hits him with a pile driver. Rolls on level 3 and then tosses him out of the ring. He crawls helplessly back in. And there is the Doomsday Device +4. They have no other pin saves left. The target here is going to be 7. The roll is a 7. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners are the Roadrunners, the Road Warriors. All right, so let's see. We had Hawk pinned Brian Christopher with the Doomsday Device. And 1.5 stars. There we go. Jim Lawrence says, if matches fatigued, it takes 5-star rating, but really wasn't exciting, I'll deduct 1 star. Yep, that's pretty much what I do. I haven't 100% perfected this to my liking, is because of overall fatigue. If you add up all the fatigue and then you subtract or you divide it by the number of people in the match, for a tag team match. Your tag team matches are going to be way lower ranked, right? Because there's 4 people that are dividing up all the fatigue. And if only guys get 1 or 2 fatigue, like in that match, there were only 3 fatigue out of 4 guys. You divide that by 4, you're ever get a great match. So I just forget to track it. But what I also take into consideration is pin saves. How many pin saves were used? And so like I would give half a star for 2 pin, or half a star for 2 pin saves. So if both sides use their pin saves, they can get 1 extra star in there because there's a lot of breaking up pinfalls. And then if there's managers that interfere in tag team matches only, then I will give like another half of a star if they use both the distractor and the other thing. But to tell you the truth, that's the idea I have in my head, but I always forget it. I always forget to do it. So, but yeah. But also, I've also come into this thing recently where I'm very, very stingy with 5 stars, giving 5 stars. I'll give 4.5s all day long. But it's really got to be a special match for me to give the 5 stars. All right, here is our first number 1 contenders match. Miho Burns said, what a rush. In honor of the Legion of Doom picking up the win. And Mark Ferguson says, I used to go see Wahoo in the 60s and 70s. Yeah, I mean, I saw WWF in the 80s. That's what I saw because I was a kid, and that's what there was in San Francisco. The more I read about San Francisco, and actually the more I read about early Portland, I so wish that I was in those alive during those times where it wasn't all WWF. I remember my cousin said that they had wrestling come to their small town in Oregon, and he kept going, but it wasn't WWF. It was like some other thing, and there was like a guy who was like Jimmy Snuka, but it wasn't Jimmy Snuka, and I'm pretty sure that was Coco Samoa. Anyway, like looking back on it now, I was like, oh, you actually probably saw some fun stuff. I should try and find that card. All right, here we go. Here is our number 1 contenders match. 5 should be stingy. There you go. Got to be a homer for fellow Canadian Trish here. I've been playing this game for years and have rolled only 1 5-star tag team match. The Midnight Express, Eaton and Lane defeated the Rock and Roll Express. Wow, that's pretty amazing, Jim. That would have to be. The only I don't think I've ever had a 5-star tag team match. Maybe. I don't know. I would have to look. Mark Ferguson said, I cut my teeth on Thunderbolt, Wahoo, Kowalski, and Stan Stasiak. I'm telling you, in my personal tabletop fed, I'm loving this Stan Stasiak card. I kind of hope we get an updated version with the errors on the back corrected. But I'm loving that card anyway. It's my favorite of the new set. All right, here we go for the title. Oh, they both roll a 10. Not for the title, but for a shot at the title. And Trish going to start things off here. Suplex, power move. She has the power. That will work, but Princess Victoria blocks it. Hammerlock, but that is a power move. And Trish with the power hits Air Canada. Hurt 2. Forearm smashes 2. Princess Victoria reverses it. Tries the hammerlock again. Not going to work. Forearm smashes 2. Down 3. And there's the Stratus faction. Target is 7. Rolls an 8. Princess Victoria able to kick out. And there's the Stratus faction again. Target is 8. Roll is a 5. And just like that, Trish Stratus will go on to face the one and only Sherry Martel for the title. And I think we have to call that a squash. Sorry, Princess Victoria. We're going to have to call it a squash. All right. It is time for our main event. And our main event, who's gonna go face the Blonde Bombers? I think the Blonde Bombers facing either one of these teams would be fantastic. All right, here we go. We're going to say Dennis Condrey. Yeah, I want Dennis Condrey starting with Terry Gordy. We got Jim Cornette at ringside. Here we go. Let's not waste time. Let's roll the dice. Terry Gordy starting off with a knee lift, but it is agility, and they have equal agility, so that will work. And that is down 3. Uh-oh. STF 3, down 3. Condrey's going to roll out of the ring. And he smashes him into the announce table. He could be disqualified here. I don't want this to end in disqualification right away, so I'm going to roll on the distractor rating for Cornette. Does he get... Cornette may roll once on this chart and once on the standard manager interference chart. Okay, so he's going to roll his distraction, which is a 9. It is a success. So we get rid of the distraction attempts, and I'm actually going to bump this up to 2 because he will get 2. So he is not disqualified because Cornette distracts the referee, throws him back in, and Condrey's rolling on level 3. And there is Dark Side. Let's see here. We're going to roll 1 die. It is a 2. This is a suplex onto partner's knee +1. I think they're not going to use a pin save. Target is 3. Roll is a 6. There's 1 fatigue there. And Bobby Eaton is now the legal man in the ring. And there is a slingshot backbreaker. Hurt 2. Stinging right hand 2. Terry Gordy reverses it. On level 2, elbow hammer 2. Hurt 2. Can he make the tag? No, not able to make the tag, but Gordy is going to make the tag. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. Gordy is going to make the tag, and what am I doing? Gordy is going to make the tag. That's what I meant to do, and he rolls on level 2. Standing drop kick, choice C. Going to go, agility is a 3. Going to have to go for power. This will work on a 9 or less. It does, but it's only a level 2 move, and Bobby Eaton reverses it. Headlock and punch. You don't do that to Doc. There's a football tackle. And in tag team matches, use double football tackle 3, add 1. So that adds a fatigue there. Down 3. Can Eaton make the tag? Yes, he's able to make the tag. Assisted abdominal stretch 3, tag. So Bobby Eaton now back in, and that is a hurt 2. Spinning neck breaker 3, choice E. Let's see. Agility is a 0. Going to go for that. 9 or less. No, doesn't happen. Into the ropes. He's going to roll up instead. Fireman's carry 1. Bobby Eaton reverses it. Fist drop 2. Agility. That will work. Hurt 2. Can he make the tag? 6 or less. No, he cannot. Divorce court 3. Down 3. Can he make the tag here? 6 or less. Yes, able to make the tag. And here comes Gordy. Gonna whip Bobby Eaton into the ropes, but Bobby Eaton hits him with a pile driver, and they roll Dark Side. What is... when teaming with Dennis Condrey, use Midnight Massacre 3. So this is a +3 move. They will use a pin save here. And your tag partner goes crazy and interferes in a big way. Roll on the wrestler interference chart. Your ally distracts the referee, breaking the pin count. The referee orders him to leave. Well, we can't do that. But he will get 1 here. And opponent rolls on level 3 offense. Death jump C. Going to climb up. Blast him with a flying clothesline. Tags in Condrey. Condrey with the brain buster. And going to go, as his powers are -3. Going to go for the death jump. A struggle takes place. Better agility rating. They're equal. So that will be Condrey again. Shoulder power slam 3. Down 3. And Gordy's going to leave the ring. And Condrey follows him out. He's got Cornette's racket. He might be disqualified here. Target is 5. Rolls a 9. Smashes him with the racket. Throws him back in. And he will roll on level 3 offense. Shoulder power slam. And that catches him for a pin. They're going to hang on to their other pin save. Target is 4. Roll is an 8. And Condrey, not going to throw him out of the ring. Going to hit a knee drop on him. Hurt 2. Can he make the tag? Yes, able to make the tag. Here comes Doc. Fireman's carry 1. Dazed 1. Into the turnbuckle. Whips him into the turnbuckle. But Condrey moves as Doc charges in with the football tackle. And now Doc is outside the ring. Grabs him by the leg, whips him into the turnbuckle post, throws him back in, and then hits the doctor bomb. That catches him. Target is 3. Roll is an 8. And follows that up with a press slam. Hurt 2. Football tackle, but this is in the tag moves, is a double football tackle. Add 1. And that is a level 3 move. Hurt 2. Football tackle again. Another one. Condrey has been busted open, and there is a hurt 2. Lariat 3, and there's his pin. They will use a pin save here. Your tag partner tries to help, but is stopped by the opponent. Roll your pin. Target is 6. Rolls an 11. He is able to kick out. Condrey needs to tag out in the biggest way possible. There's the Oklahoma Stampede. In tag team. Okay, so we roll one die. Even, play normal. Odd. It is even. Okay, so this is the Oklahoma Stampede +2. They're going to use their last pin save here. Let's see what happens. Tries to help, but is stopped by the opponent. Roll your pin. Target is 9. And I don't... If they try a pin save, I don't let Cornette interfere. So the target is 9, and the roll is a 4. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, who will go on to face the champions, is the Miracle Violence Connection, winning with the Oklahoma Stampede. Let's see. That is 9 divided. So I'm going to give that 3 stars. I'm going to give that 3 stars. All right. So Trish Stratus will face Sherry Martel, and the Blonde Bombers will face the Miracle Violence Connection on our next card. I will probably, in the pre-show, have a rematch between Rockin' Robin and Beverly Shade. Maybe some sort of stipulation. We will see. But let me go back through here because I kind of missed... Can you have a double tag out? I think... I don't. I'm trying to think. Because the only way you can tag out on defense is if you roll, if you have the tag thing and then you roll 6 or under or whatever the score is for the team. I don't think you can have a double tag out. I think there would have to be one move in between there. Because when you're on offense, you can tag out anytime you want. But when you're on defense, you can only tag out if you roll under that tag theme. So I guess it is possible that, no, there'd have to be one move in there. Because I think the person tags in on offense, they hit a move. That move is like a down 3 tag. They roll under 6. They make the tag. The other person comes in. And then you're back to where you started. So I don't think you can. I love the Bobby Eaton card in my Memphis Fed. Bobby Eaton just by himself. I would love to get a Bobby Eaton singles card, and I think someday we might get that. I just think he's a popular enough character, and he would warrant it. But that tag card does pretty well just on its own. Jim Lawrence says, I called it. Miracle Violence Connection is tough to beat. Yes, but they have been to the dance many times and have come up short. Is there a tag out on the pin saves chart? Maybe. I don't... maybe? Actually, there might be. Let me see. I have Ringside Companion Volume 2. Let me see. Do I have a... This may or may not work. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh, well, it kind of doesn't because that's not the right camera. Anyway, I have this. Let me see, pin saves. Let me look up pin saves. I'm going to look at the most recent edition. There's 4 different editions of the pin saves. So 148. 148 pin saves, 4th edition. Your tag partner goes crazy, interferes in a big way. Roll again on the real interference charts. Your tag partner saves you, breaks the referee's count. Your tag partner tries to help but is stopped. Your tag partner runs in and so does the opponent's tag partner. A wild brawl erupts. The referee may disqualify both teams. Your tag partner runs in, so does the opponent's tag partner. When the referee is distracted, your partner drops an elbow on the opponent and reverses the pinning. No, so there's no tag out on that one. Yeah, interesting. That might be a question for, maybe I'll submit that question for Uncharted Territory and ask the Legends team. No. It's a great question because I mean double tags do happen, so it's an interesting. Interesting. Was my mic muted that whole time, or could you hear me when I was looking things up in the book? Anyway, doesn't matter. The mic is on right now, and we are done. So our next card is going to be card number 190, almost up to 200 cards. Magnum TA versus Bad News Allen in an alley fight. Sherry Martel defends the title against Trish Stratus. Blonde Bombers defend the title against Miracle Violence Connection. And in the main event, Kurt Angle defends against Big Bubba Rogers with Jim Cornette. Oh, you could hear me. Okay, great. That is awesome. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Oh, well, let's look at the rankings. It's always fun to look at the rankings because somebody may have slipped in or out of a streak, and it's always fun to see. Like Kurt Angle is hot with a hot streak. He's up 10. I don't think anybody else has a hot streak. Look at all these losers. Oh, we got Beverly Shade and Steve Lombardi. Well, they're not going to go in a match against each other. But Steve Lombardi is 0-6. I better put him against a Nacho Barrera type. Let me see if we got any streaks over here. No, the Mulkeys. They're on a cold streak. All right, friends, that's going to do it. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. We did this all in less than an hour, so that is good. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. We'll be back soon. I don't know when, but hopefully soon. Thank you to Big Mikey, 65, Miho Burns, Jim Lawrence, Mark Ferguson, Jim Lawrence, Miho Burns, Mark Ferguson, Big Mikey, Bill and Misty Lewis, thank you for tuning in and welcome. If this was indeed your first time, Carl Zilla, thanks for being here. There you go. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. We will see you very soon. Keep your eyes open for the next thing. I know I'll try to announce them. I actually have been trying to plan in streams in my calendar, but it just hasn't worked yet. So I appreciate you tuning in when you had tonight. All right, that's it. I'm babbling. I will talk to you later. Bear, you just arrived in time for me to say good night. I hope you have a good night. You can watch the replay, and thank y'all. Talk to you soon.